Boulders, Carbondale. We're talking the Salukis of SIU and the Redbirds of ISU, the winner in tomorrow night's championship game in the MVC. Hi, everybody. Doug Bell along with Reggie Theus. I'm not sure whether the Salukis of the Redbirds won any part at Tulsa. After that first game, they were impressive.
Well, they shot 63% for the first half, and Williamson's was tremendous. Love coming off the bench, doing well. Really, really great without Seals.
Yeah, they were awfully impressive. Southern Illinois has been impressive in this tournament, having won it the last couple of years. Chris Carr is the MVC Player of the Year. I like to think of him as the second coming of George Gervin. Maybe not that good, but he's super smooth.
I don't know about that, but definitely has the tools to get to the next level. Great crossover dribble, takes the ball to the hole well. Long arms, makes him really tough defensively also. His point guard, Paul Lush, nothing fancy, just solid basketball, but he can hit that three-pointer. No mistakes by this guy.
Kevin Stallings is the head coach at Illinois State. He spent a long time tutoring under Roy Williams at Kansas. He knows how to coach. He knows how to recruit. A lot of publications have said he really has done a fine job. And Kenny Wright is his main man. What a great name.
Oh, well, that's a great name. You're right. It's a great name. But he's strong body, strong jumping ability, some finesse around the basket, soft hands, good passer, real good mix of finesse and strength in this guy.
During the regular season, Illinois State won both times by double overtime at home. Then they went down to Carbondale and won rather easily. Of course, Southern Illinois has won this tournament 2 years running. Is there anything to that?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Southern Illinois really was not the top seed on both those wins. So, you know, we're looking at a team that could possibly get it done again on this year.
They have the confidence factor. It's the Salukis coming up against the Redbirds, the second half of our Missouri Valley Conference semifinal. Welcome back to the Kiel Center in St. Louis, Missouri. Let's look at the starting lineups. First for Southern Illinois, Marcus Timmons is our highlighted player, and that's because a lot of NBA scouts are looking at him. He does it really on both ends, rebounding, scoring, he does it all.
Well, you know, he's a player that plays off of Carr really well. I think between the two of them, they've got one of the best frontline tandems in the country.
Let's look at Rich Herron, the longtime head coach of basketball in the state. He's a Hall of Fame high school coach in his 10th season at Southern Illinois. Looking at the ISU Redbirds, their starting five. Dan Muller is the freshman of the year, the newcomer of the year, if you will, in the Missouri Valley Conference. And again, very effective inside as we look at Kevin Stallings, his second season, 34 and 22. And he, like all these other coaches, looking for the chance to go to the big dance. We'll return to St. Louis with the opening tip. SIU and ISU coming up next. Tulsa knocked off Bradley in the opener. Let's look at the game notes now. The Salukis have owned this tournament the last couple of years. Look out for Timmons. He's a mean customer. Illinois State won both meetings this season, as we told you. And Chad Altadonna is a heck of a shooter. Looking at the brackets now, Bradley loses to Tulsa in the opener 89 to 80. And the Golden Hurricane awaiting the winner of this one tomorrow night. Prime time as championship week continues. Doug Bell alongside Reggie Theus. And we're looking forward to this one. Good look at Timmons, who will jump center. The Salukis wearing their maroon road uniforms. Illinois State in the home white. Illinois State from Normal, Illinois, right in the center of the state. And SIU and Carbondale all the way down towards the bottom of Illinois. Marcus Timmons. Look at the car. A little give and go, and they're on the board. Kern, 6'9", 230. Big street trunk right there in the middle for ISU. Setting those screens. And the shot clock buzzer sounded. The ball dropped through. That's Maurice Trotter.
the feel. Anytime you get that little lucky bounce or shooter's touch, we'll call it, the first shot, the second shot always falls a little bit easier.
My partner knows a little something about shooter's touch. One of the best shooters of all time, Reggie Diggs. No kidding.
You are so kind.
You were, and you are. I saw you shoot today. Going way up, Maurice Trotter. He's shooting and rebounding. And the steal, Shane Hawkins. Laying it in.
Nice defense on the back end, playing the lanes, getting his hand on the ball, and finishing off on the other end.
Bob inside. Brian Kern, the big dog.
But Carson making a nice pass over the top to Kern, making it easy. All he had to do is turn and put the ball in the hole.
Kern is a solid specimen. He's playing against the big guy, Ian Stewart, who takes a three-point shot. Where's number 13, Kenny Wright. That's the young man we talked about off the top. Muller comes up short. This car. Ian Stewart. Called for the first foul. Good look at the senior out of LaPorte, Indiana. Gibbons, a 6'10", 235-pound freshman, checks in for the Redbird. Brian Kern needs a rest every once in a while. A big kid who has a lot of weight to carry around up and down that floor. SIU basketball.
Look at the defensive player of the year reaching around. A lot of times when you got the reputation of being a good defensive player, we saw in the first game that call was made called a foul, but when you got the reputation, you can get away with those things.
And the block by Gibbons, but it gets right back to Ian Stewart.
Gibbons, nice footwork on the block, staying with it, not fouling on that possession.
And a foul on Franklin, Marcus Franklin.
Franklin, two hands in the back is an automatic call from the referees. He was just worried about the spin to the baseline. Watch the footworks by Gibson. Nice footwork, and then over the top of the block.
Too hard.
And because of the first block, he made the air ball shot come from the corner. Good defense by Gibson.
Inside to Gibbons. That was blocked by Timmons. Get it out of here. Bodies flying. Muller. Wow.
Oh, that hurt me.
There's some big bodies crashing into each other. Lusk. Chris Carr.
There's those long arms.
He's smooth.
I mean, look at him. If he stood straight up, you know he could scratch his kneecap.
8-6 Redbirds on top of the Salukis. Rich Herron pleading his case. And we'll be back right after this. 8-6. Coming up later on the Deuce, the Texas Pan American and Western Kentucky in the Sun Belt Conference semifinals, 7:30 Eastern time, followed by Arkansas Little Rock versus UNO, the Privateers. The tournament is at Little Rock. Wimp Sanderson, the coach at UALR, in his first year back after a couple of years off. They're going to have to get by Western Kentucky. First of all, they'll have to get by UNO, but then Western appears to be the class of the league. They only lost one game during the regular season, and a quick timeout call. No, 5-second call before the timeout. He was trying to avoid the turnover.
Nice defensive trap, not letting him split the defense. That was important. And once the trap is set, not letting the offensive players split you. And they held their own fast.
Horatio Tucker in the ball game now for Southern Illinois. He has the basketball right now. Hands off to Lusk. Lusk with a good fake. Solid kid there.
Plays hard. Plays real hard. Not many mistakes. Nothing flashy, but he does get the job done.
And that was partially blocked, but flat-footed nevertheless.
Gibson with a soft touch on the putback. Not a pretty rebound, but definitely got the job done.
Tucker.
Nice inside-out game.
Scott Brzezinski with a shot. He's checked in now for Southern Illinois as Rich Herron goes to his bench early. Inside hit the backboard. Here comes Marcus Timmons.
It's a good idea, just a bad pass. Franklin had him held off nice.
All Lusk. SIU. Let's go to Deb Kaufman now. That's Sports Match. Deb, thank you. You didn't miss anything. ISU on top, still 10-8, 13:30 on the clock. It's championship week. Don't you love it? Miley. And the foul inside on Kenny Wright.
Kenny Wright crashing the boards real hard off of Smiley's miss. Just a little bit over the back. But nevertheless, great hustle.
Shane, a young man from Pinckneyville, Illinois.
Smiley working him defensively, nice footwork.
Marcus Timmons. Hawkins. Good rebound from Ian Stewart. And over the back, Horatio Tucker.
Coaches don't mind a whole lot when you foul going over the back of an offensive rebounding situation.
There you see the head coaches, Kevin Stallings for Illinois State, Rich Herron from Southern Illinois, Rich, the longtime coach at Benton High School, and his star player, Doug Collins, who played at Illinois State. Foul on Ian Stewart. Two fouls now for Ian. And Muller back in for ISU. Muller flashes, but traveled with the basketball before the shot. Bench for Southern Illinois. Brzezinski gets another offensive rebound. 2:35, 12 minutes to play. You see the time in the first half. The winner plays Tulsa tomorrow night for the MVC title. Automatic bid. And here comes ISU. Pagana missed that one.
It's a very up and down game. I think the pace suits both teams right now. They like to play this type of basketball, but neither team shoots the ball very well at all. But getting good shots. That was about a foot and a half past the NBA three-point line.
5 points for Hawkins and Timmons. You're going to foul somebody, foul just like that.
Smiley finding Wright up under the basket with a nice thread-the-needle pass down the hole. Wright knows what to do with it. He's a great athlete, strong underneath the basket.
Timmons now takes a seat. Paul Lutz, Chris Carr back in for the Salukis.
You're going to foul somebody, that's the right guy to foul. Only about 56% from the free throw line.
Look good that time. Tying it up.
And it's a nice looking shot.
Right here, it's only
50. 12-11 Redbirds. A good one brewing in St. Louis. We'll be right back. Championship week has already worn out that young lady, and there's still like 8 days. Marcus Timmons now headed off to the locker room. And we'll find out what's up. Field goal percentage. 29% for SIU, only 31 for Illinois State. And the foul on Kenny Wright. Two fouls now for Wright. Look at Rich Herron. And Trotter checks back in for ISU. Setting everything up, and there goes Chris Carr. They cleared out for him. He's fouled on the floor. You heard the official. That was good audio. Hand check. They have clamped down on that this season.
It's a tough call because it's a little bit of a ticky-tack. He's a tough guy to guard, but that right there is enough to warrant a foul from the referee. They've been calling him close.
Chris Carr.
Carr with his long arms, if he gets anywhere near the basket and raises his arms up, he is almost there.
And a foul on Ian Stewart. I think that's number 3 for Ian. 3 fouls now. He will leave the game and be replaced by Scott Brzezinski.
Watch where the foul comes from. It's just a little bit too much on the backside. A lot of hands in the middle of Stewart's back. I mean Franklin's back. I'm sorry.
And Scott Brzezinski called for the foul. So a lot of physical play from Ian Stewart and Scott Brzezinski, whoever's in there. Kevin Stallings in his second season in Normal. Maurice Trotter with 6 points. Here you see his numbers. He's out of Lawrence, Kansas. And Kevin Stallings goes back a long ways with Roy Williams. So, maybe, just maybe, Kevin got on the phone with Roy Williams somewhere along the way.
I think he sent him a telegram.
We're all tied up. About 10 minutes to play first half, 13-13. Just joined us, Tulsa beat Bradley in the first semifinal game. Chris Carr has taken over the offensive workload for the Salukis.
Chris Carr has a very nice way to hesitate before he shoots. He sort of lulls you to sleep and then elevates and shoots his jumper.
Mullen thinks twice. He's already come up short on several occasions. Horatio Tucker. Carr misses that time.
Oh, nice pass.
Laying it in is Smiley.
Mueller with a nice pass. what was nice about it is he bounced it down the baseline. Had he thrown that in the air, the defensive player would have knocked it out of bounds.
DeMar Smiley now back on defense.
Illinois State really extending their defense out past the three-point line, trying to create defensive help.
And the foul for Marcus Franklin.
Now watching this pass, Mueller throws it down this baseline. You see in the back of your screen, Tucker diving on the floor. He would have had that pass had it been in the air.
And Marcus Timmons is now back out of the locker room and back on the floor. SIU fans are glad to see him back, although he looks like he's walking rather gingerly.
Well, he took a hit yesterday kind of low in the area, and I saw him as he walked out. And as Carr puts it down in somebody's face, but he was walking back to the locker room adjusting his pants. I think he might have got hit in the navel.
Muller, three-point range. Get it right back to Trotter. And now it's swatted.
Way to take the ball to the hole hard, though. Just really giving up the body, extending the arms, and taking the punishment. Now he's getting a chance to shoot some free throws. Trotter's showing why he's a great athlete. Look at the elevation and the extension of the arms is what I like. A lot of players go to the hole and they short arm it.
The fans are watching the huge scoreboard here above the Kiel Center, and they saw that replay and they really reacted.
But a lot of times, now this is a very good situation to tell this, because referees sometimes will give a guy a better look if he goes hard to the basket. Now, had he gone to the bucket and just flipped it up, then it's probably no call. But because he tucked it away and extended and went up with authority, the referees take a better look at that situation.
It's a great scoreboard. This is really a fan-friendly arena. This might be one of the best, if not the best, basketball arena in the country. Rich Heron, 800 career wins when you throw in all those high school victories, over 600. And the 182 he has at Southern Illinois. And we're tied up again. Chris Carr has been the offense for Southern Illinois, wouldn't go. David Kaysen, boy, that was quick. The crossover dribble.
Got to finish it. You get in there, you got to be able to do something with it.
Dribble looked like Tim Hardaway, but he didn't finish like Hardaway. You hear the throng of fans from Carbondale. SIU, and Carr bashing in. It's the Chris Carr show. Hawkins with a nice stroke.
I mean, Hawkins is in a great situation with Timmons and Carr on the floor. With all the attention they draw, he's always wide open on the perimeter.
Turn, the big guy from downtown. Ball lost. The Salukis on a roll now.
And that is a set play for, it's called a dribble two pick.
And they're on their feet. Boy, a lot of folks here from Carbondale. And getting the roll. That's 3 times Trotter's gotten that roll.
You have to understand, it's not a roll, it's called touch.
A touch.
After 3 times, you don't call it a roll anymore, you call it touch.
Gotcha. I got you. 11 points for Trotter. Hawkins.
Tough shot, huh?
That was a tough angle. It sure was.
Man. As Chick Hearn would say, leaping Lena.
10 points for the young man out of Pinckneyville. And Trotter, that time, didn't touch iron. SIU's on fire. They went from being extremely cold to being red hot.
The SIU works well with the handoffs.
Mason loses it out of bounds. And on that turnover, we'll turn it over to a break. 26-22.
Illinois 26, Illinois State 22. This is a set play. It's called a dribble handout. Carr over to Lutz. Lutz knows what to do with that. He can shoot that little three-pointer. Again, on the other side, they run it a different way. Hawkins to Lutz, same dribble handoff, and they stop on the dime and pop the jumper.
Chris Carr, 11 points, 3 boards, 3 dishes to somebody else for a hoop. Puts in his mouth peach. Well, that's easy to say, and he's ready to go to war. He's got the stroke working right now.
I think he's found that medium range. He likes that inside about the 16, 17-foot mark, and he can hit that shot.
And another turnover.
A little miscommunication. You know, Simmons going to pass it down, but Cooper thought he was going for the back door.
ISU with 7 turnovers, only 1 for the Salute. You know, ISU just cannot get it inside. They're shooting all outside shots.
Well, the defense is making them extend a little bit further. Watching this rebound, Gibson all over Timmons. Timmons taking a beating, hit the floor 5 or 6 times very hard.
He is getting up slow, but so did Jim Brown. Remember? He used to always get up slow and then run for like 75 yards and a touchdown.
And groan the whole time.
And the foul on the moving screen.
Very nice call by the official. Definitely the pick was moving. Take a look. It's nice, hard step in. You see him plant his foot. Nice look by the referee.
So Cooper goes to the line. ISU in the bonus. Microphone right up there by the net.
It's a nice sound. Very nice sound. That's where that sounds. Tush. I'm dating myself. You are. How about tush?
Well, whatever sound, there it is
like
again.
A tush.
Dan Muller back in now for the Redbirds.
See, we advanced a little bit. And then after a while, Generations, it's called In Your Face. And then now, 1995, In Your Mama's Face.
We're getting personal now in 1995. Kane Hawkins. Chris Carr. You're right, boy, when he stretches,
look at the
like a 6'10" guy.
Yeah. Oh. I'd have to do that one again. I thought he bobbled the ball and just sort of lost it, maybe even traveled.
That's what Rich Herron thought.
Chad running the floor hard. Mueller, I don't know. I thought he got his hand on it, on the ball, but definitely, like we said earlier, anytime you reach in, the referee could possibly...
Pinckneyville, Illinois did a game there last Saturday. In Carbondale, actually. You had to drive back to Pinckneyville to get to St. Louis to the airport. I saw some buffalo on some farmland. It was neat, I tell you what. Nothing like farmland America.
A city boy like you don't get a chance to see that too often. But us from LA, we see that every day.
I bet. You see a lot of stuff in LA, but you don't see buffalo. Mason lays it in. 35-34, ISU now with a lead. And one shot. Rich Aaron holds up one finger. I think the man with the ball is going to take the shot. If I had to wager.
Well, they're going to a 1-4 set. There's no reason to pressure him out there because he's not going to shoot that. What you want to do is cat and mouse him. Put the pressure on him and back off. You don't want him to get a full head of steam either. Got enough time for a good shot here.
Mason. What a tip in at the buzzer.
Big play going into the locker room. Those are momentum builders.
He tips it in and doesn't stop running. Let's check that out one more time. Puts the Redbirds on top, 37-34.
Well, they had 7 seconds to go when Carter got the ball. Had definitely a good chance, but Bowler definitely going to the hole hard. 0.4 seconds to go.
Wow.
Gets a big tip in.
That was terrific. Deb Kaufman and Sports Smash coming up at halftime. 37-34, ISU on top. That man, Kevin Stallings, has really done a fine job with this Illinois State basketball program.
Well, you know, many people thought he should have been really highly regarded for the Coach of the Year. Coming in with 7 new players, starts the season off very slow, but through hard work, you know, at the end of December and a big win in Southern Illinois, they turned into a different ball club. The team you see right now is not the same team they started off the season with. Great job by Kevin.
19-11, looking for a 20-win season today. Smiley throws it up. And Ian Stewart pulls it down. The Salukis haven't had an easy hoop in a while. You know, they've been working so hard.
Well, they're trying to get it inside, but Illinois State's defense is really keeping them out of the paint, not giving them any free looks.
That was a tough shot.
And a tough shot with a hand in his face.
Yeah.
And see on the other end, they're getting much easier shots. I've noticed the last few times down court, Illinois State able to get the ball in the paint with no problem. Consequently, they're going to get more free throws. They're going to get the easier shots. Tough shot on one end by Lutz. A layup on the other end by Mueller. Look at that shot. Now that is an in-your-face type of shot, but not really the easy shot that they need right now.
4 fouls for Ian Stewart.
After that basket, Illinois State wasted no time getting the ball up the court. And that right now is a sign of their confidence level. Getting it in and racing it up, trying to get that early offense going.
Emmons. Lots of time to go for the Salukis, but they're down 53-45. Fouls. No, check that. That's Marcus Franklin. I thought that was Trotter for a second.
Look at him battle down low. Nice body position by Timmons. You can't give that much knee in the back. You just can't do it. Referees will let you bump and move out and bump again, but you can't lay on a guy and keep your hands and your knees on him.
Franklin did have 4 fouls. Trotter has 3. Kern checks back in for the Redbirds.
And again, with 30 seconds left on the clock, they end up hitting this shot, but is that the shot that they want to win this game by? If they can make it like that, yes. That's one of those, oh, don't take it. Oh, yeah, great shot.
That was blocked by Timmons. SIU basketball. Illinois State doesn't think so. Kevin Stallings jumps right up off the bench.
Well, it's a tough play because if Wright was already out of bounds when he threw the ball off of the player, then he's dead. It should be Illinois State ball. Nice block. Oh, no. Well, first of all, the ball, if it hit Wright while he was standing there, he is dead.
Well, Rich didn't like that reversal. The official right on the spot had it going the way of SIU. He was overruled. Muller. .55-48.
Carr's getting a long rest. He's been out of the game quite some time.
Well, blocked by Muller. Timmons came up short. And that is foul number 4 now on Maurice Trotter. He will leave the game.
Well, Trotter not trying to use his leaping ability to go over the back. But Stewart had some pretty good position. I don't think he was going anywhere, especially weighing 225.
Now let's see if they take out Trotter. They almost have to with 9:34 on the clock. He leaves. Altadano enters the game. David Kaysen also comes back for ISU, replacing Muller. And Scott Brzezinski at the line, a 70% shooter. And Tubby Smith. Interested certainly in the outcome. Tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern, he'll be playing whoever the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament.
Well, he's got to feel good about what his kids came out and did today, shooting 63% in the first half and doing without the star player, Shields.
And Chris Carr re-enters the game for Southern Illinois. The home of Walt Clyde Frazier.
Walt the Salt Frazier.
Walt, I'm sorry. He helped SIU to an NIT national title way back when in the 60s. They could use Clyde right now.
I don't know. Have you seen him lately?
I have not.
I don't think so.
Wide open layup for Lusk. Casey got down there pretty quick and contested the lay-in. 12 points now for Lusk. Muller back in after a quick breather.
Altadonna just bobbled the basketball. Lux picks it up. You think he's all by himself, but look at Carson. Almost rakes it away from him.
.45 and counting. Redbirds by 3. Illinois State located in Normal, Illinois, the central part of the state, and a foul up top of Horatio Tucker.
Well, Tucker has to allow the offensive player to move, and he was really holding him down. Look at the rebounds.
Beginning to dominate. 4 fouls now on Tucker for SIU, located in Carbondale, Illinois. You know, one time about 10 years ago, Playboy magazine said SIU was the #1 party school in America. That's quite a tag, huh? There's the miss. It's not party time underneath where bodies are flying. Kenny Wright whistled for the foul, and 4 on Wright.
Wright going to the bucket hard. Altadonna putting the ball up on the glass soft. Wright really just getting tangled up with Timmons.
Stallings pacing the sidelines. He has Kenny Wright out there with 4 fouls. Trotter, Franklin are on the bench with 4.
By the way, didn't you know that Playboy really thinks that all colleges is just party time?
Well, good point. And Muller.
Smart play by Illinois State to hold up, run some offense, run some clock. Not take a bad shot right now would not be good for your team. Every possession, every shot is really important with less than 9 minutes to go in this game in a 3-point lead. And right there, it's really important. You go to the bucket under these circumstances. You're shooting free throws. You have a chance to dish off. Smart play by Carson. You know, after they work the ball around for, several seconds, Carson making a nice little move to his left and going to the hole hard inside the trees.
And Ian Stewart fouls out. Got into foul trouble early, picked up 2 quickies, and since then has just banged around, and now he's gone with 8:02 on the clock to play. That's Southern Illinois' best free throw shooter also. He's 86%. Towards the end of the game, you like to have a guy like that out there.
Yeah, especially a guy that's going to be underneath the basket battling for possessions, could end up with a foul at any point.
So Brzezinski replaces him.
Carson from Baltimore, Maryland, not a bad free throw shooter himself, 75% from the line. He's a JC transfer from Southern College of Southern Idaho.
Wow. And he has the touch. Four-point lead. And the turnover. Tucker's had a tough afternoon. Foul trouble, and now the turnover. We'll be back. ISU 56, SIU 52. Over 13,000 on hand for today's semifinals. Illinois State on top. As we look at the storyline today, Hawkins was 16. Carr and Timmons, wow, are they ice cold. It's warmer outside. So what's SIU going to have to do to rally and get back in this thing, Reggie?
Well, I think they have to extend their defense, definitely, like they're doing now. They need to go into some type of mid-range full-court press and try to get that ball. They need some turnovers right now. On the other hand, Illinois State doing a great job. Points in the paint. Illinois State 31, SIU only 16.
Altadonna.
That's the way you keep your lead. Altadonna playing a very heady basketball game tonight.
9 points for Altadonna. Timmons and Carr, the 2 top guns for the Salukis, 6 out of 22 combined.
Definitely a nice play by Carr, the elevation and his long arms, but the inside defense for Illinois State has been the key, stopping Timmons and anyone else from really scoring in the paint.
You know, when Carr gets the basketball, he really holds on to it, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he holds on to it a little bit too long, too. I think that when he has the ball, pretty much their offense stops.
Yeah, you're right. Because they really converge on him, and he shoots all the time.
A lot of times you have to give it up a few times early, let that defense pay for their mistake, pay for that double team.
There he is.
Oh, tough call. Altadonna with a block from behind. I thought it was all ball, but the referee, obviously with a better angle than us over here, saw something differently. Carr going up and taking a tough shot. Should be trying to get to the basket, but watch the block from behind. I thought he got all ball. What do you think, Doug?
Wow. It was all orange.
I think the fans saw it on the replay. They probably concur.
Yeah, he swatted the orange right out of bounds. No skin involved.
No.
Nope.
Well, the ball was actually out of his hands when he blocked it.
Yeah, it sure was.
So the only thing that I think he could call maybe is on the follow-through after he swatted it. Am I reaching? Am I reaching?
I think you're reaching.
I'm reaching. All right, I'm reaching.
Okay. A lot Lux cannot take advantage.
These are big free throws by Lux. Watch the ball. It's out of his hands in this. Yeah, definitely out of his hands on that block shot.
And the crowd continues to see the replays.
There's what I'm talking about. Southern Illinois extending the defense, trying to get some turnovers, trying to get that ball in their possession. Less than 7 minutes to go. You know, not panic time yet, but it's getting there.
Right. Playing with 4 fouls. And now they fall back into a zone defense. Devin Stallings is quick to jump up and hold up one finger.
I think it's a great move for Illinois State to sort of get into a matchup zone like they're doing right now. It keeps Southern Illinois on the perimeter, but if you get shots like that to go down for you, it won't matter. But still, making them take the shot from outside stops them from getting anything going to the bucket. You don't take a chance on getting a cheapie on a foul situation.
Hokies mid 3. They trail by 3 at halftime, 37-34. 15 on the shot clock. Muller.
Another situation where they use a lot of clock and still end up taking a 17-footer.
Boy, a wave of people just stood up.
Oh!
They were all tied up.
That's a big basket.
You can see them in the background. All the folks who came down from Carbondale actually came over.
2 big baskets, Lux and then Carr. Get them right back in the game, ties it all up. And a new ball game with 4:40 to go.
Kern looks like he's winded. Big fella is tired. He's guarding Timmons. Slow gives a chance. Take the lead. And they do. Paul Lusk.
You're talking about hitting some tough shots. Paul Lusk from both sides. Gotta watch that guy.
62-60, 17 points for Lusk. And Tucker's through. That's 5 for Horatio Tucker. Goodbye, Horatio. He joins Ian Stewart on the bench. Both are gone. Illinois State has 3 players with 4 fouls.
Oh, I got news for you. He got bumped into Carson by Kern. Kern gave him a hip. Kern gave him a hip and knocked him into Carson for his 5th foul. That's an incredible play.
Stewart and Tucker are gone. Trotter and Franklin have re-entered the game along with Wright. So all 3 guys on the right side with 4 fouls are back in the game.
Now watch Kern bump Tucker right into him.
Oh, you're right.
Tough call. That should be an offensive foul or no call at all.
This could tie it up again. Tucker's talking about it.
And if you're Illinois State and Southern Illinois has hit 3 jumpers with a hand in your face, what do you do?
We'll take a break. We're all tied up in St. Louis. It's Arch Madness, 3:54 to play. In the championship game of the Missouri Valley Conference. Coming up later, right after this game, the Sun Belt Conference semifinals. Texas Pan American against Western Kentucky, the regular season champs. And then Arkansas Little Rock meets the Privateers of UNO. And here's where we are. Both teams still have their 3 timeouts. Illinois State with 1 more foul, and the arrow goes the way of the Redbirds. So you're up to date. Shane Hawkins. Inside it goes to Wright.
Big play on one end. You know, Southern Illinois is living with the jump shot. Back on this other end, Illinois State is constantly getting the ball inside for easier types of shots.
Paul Lusk come up big this afternoon. Lusk, 17 points. Marcus Timmons. And Trotter goes way up. Oh, by Carr, we're tied up again.
That's a big defensive play. Carr using his long arms to just took the ball out of Timmons' hands. I mean, Trotter's hands, I'm sorry.
And the big guy's out of bounds.
Again, working the offense, trying to get the ball inside. Just let Kern just a little bit too much. It's tough for a big guy like that to catch the ball and run at the same time.
Kern is your senior. He has the experience, but he looks tired. He looks like he's worn out. Responds with a three-point lead for the Salukis. Inside 2 minutes now. Franklin ties it up.
I mean, every time a team needs a bucket, there are a lot of guys giving help on Illinois State's team. Franklin with a big, big shot coming down the stretch.
Southern Illinois is up 67-66. That was a three-point bucket they hit the last time down. Carr, a tough shot, but gets it to go.
The winner of this game is going to be the one at this point that's going to make a couple of good defensive stops. Right now, Trayden Bassett isn't going to get it done. Like that. Big defensive play. Those are the kind of plays that are going to send Southern Illinois over the top in this game if they're going to win it.
Shane Hawkins calling for the motion offense. They pull it out. Inside a minute, you see the score. SIU 69, ISU 66. Winner meets Tulsa tomorrow night.
Backing it way out, going to go into a 1-4 set with Carr in the middle so that he could possibly dribble and use his long arms to get fouled.
And a strip. Kenny Wright.
Big defensive plays coming down the stretch of this game. Oh, you got to give it to him. Oh,
another steal. Illinois State gets the ball. They have the arrow.
That's a very big break for Illinois State, having that possession arrow going that way, because he should have kicked that ball to Franklin. I don't care if he does think he's a better offensive player. You got to get it to the guy that's open.
Illinois State calls for the timeout. Rich Herron urging his troops on. They fall back and take a three-point lead. We'll come back to St. Louis, Missouri.
Wright working very hard under the basket. These are the kind of shots that Illinois State had got the lead on. That pulled it within one. And then back on the other end, number 43 with the big, big steal. Look at those long arms and the putback. That's what your star player has to do for you down the stretch of ball game.
There he is, Chris Carr, the MVC Player of the Year. Illinois State now with 2 timeouts, and the possession arrow goes the opposite way, Southern Illinois. Aldadonna and the block, it's the goaltend, count it. Pulling ISU within 1.
Real nice play by Aldadonna, going to the lane to his left and spinning back right to a strong hand, putting the ball up and allowing Timmons to goaltend.
Rich Herron wants to talk it over, so he burns timeout. And we'll come right back. Salukis on top, 69-68. For 1-point advantage.
And of course now the ball has to be the most important thing. The clock's in Southern Illinois' favor. They can't afford to get any turnovers at this point in the ball game.
Chris Carr, a 77% free throw shooter. Carr's had 19 points. Last time they played, he had 38 points against the Redbirds.
Well, it's going to be important on whether he makes it or misses for Illinois State to get the ball up quickly and get the first good three-pointer that they can, provided that Carr makes at least one of these shots. I wouldn't be surprised if a timeout is called so they could set up something definite. Changes the complexion if he doesn't make the first end of this game. Uh-oh. That's a big, big miss for Carr, 77% free throw shooter, and they're trying to ice him right now by calling the timeout.
Kevin Stallings and the Redbirds will talk it over. Coming up next after our game, the Sun Belt Conference semifinals. That's the next game on the docket on the Deuce. Texas Pan American.
Coming down on the other end. Carson on the penetration, kicking to Chad for shot, or Chad on the penetration, kicking to Trotter on the jumper. But either way it goes, they've got a lot of options and a lot of ways to go.
Carr hits that one, putting the Salukis up by 2.
And don't forget Mueller, he's a very good player off the ball. You can catch him cutting on the back line.
A 2 ties it.
Oh, big, big play.
And Lusk gets the rebound. He's fouled. 5.4 on the clock. Still time.
Tough gamble by Carr. Almost left Trotter right there for an easy 15-footer, trying to make a stab at half court. Not a great decision by Carr. Look at that. Not a good decision right there. Leaves Trotter wide open for the 15-footer, and it almost goes down. But quickly, the clobber throws the hammer down.
Maurice Trotter fouls out on that one. Following the miss, he grabbed Lusk. They were trying to kill the clock.
Played a very nice ball game, giving their team a lot of different looks, a lot of different things to be proud of in this game. Because they were in control of this game at least 3/4 of the way. It wasn't until late in the second half when Carr and Lux hit all of those big shots around the perimeter. Defensively, Illinois State did exactly what they wanted to do, made them take tough shots from the outside. But Southern Illinois really, especially this guy right there, Lux, hand them all.
Well, if he hits this, he ices it. If he misses, ISU's got a shot, especially with a guy like Altadonna, Muller. 4-point lead, Salukis.
And the one thing they don't want to do is give them any type of opportunity for a 4-point play.
Altadonna almost walked with that basketball.
Real close.
They were supposed to drag at the pivot foot.
Real close. You know, this is college basketball, and a 4-point play is possible. You never know.
4.1 on the clock. Rich Herron's guys will all pack it in and huddle together because they don't want to touch anybody but themselves, right?
Well, you got to pack it in. You don't want them to shoot a 3. You give them the one going to the basket, but play them tough on the outside, but not allowing just a 3-point shot without a hand in the face. But at the same time, you don't want to play such great defense that you give the referee any chance at all to blow the call. So you really have to be smart about the way you play this coming out defensively. Offensively, you got to get with 4.1 seconds. As soon as they get the first shot they get, they got to put it up because they have to give themselves time for a rebound and possible time for a score and an inbound foul or steal.
Barring a miraculous 4-point play, then it's going to be Southern Illinois against Tulsa tomorrow in the championship game on ESPN at 9 o'clock Eastern. The lob inside. Time ticks away. And for the third straight year, Rich Herron and the Salukis head to the championship game.
Just a tremendous game, being down for the better part of the game, but in the clutch, their big players, Lux and Carr, came through with flying colors. Jump shots, taking it to the hole, hand in the face, and Lux ends the game with what? Another three-pointer.
He was a stud today, no kidding. Southern Illinois lost twice during the regular season to ISU, but today they win when it counts. And tomorrow night they go against the Tulsa Golden Hurricane for the top prize in the Missouri Valley Conference. Who's going to win tomorrow?
Well, it's going to be a tough one. I know one thing, that Tulsa, if they play anywhere as tough as they did tonight, they got a great chance.
Let's send it to Ron Franklin and Jimmy Dykes.